Hi, thank you for visiting my YouTube channel. In this video, we're going to highlight the world's leading institutional investors database. To be clear, this is the who's who of institutional investment capital. So this presentation showcases an exceptionally rare and valuable database of institutional grade investor contacts compiled from 2 verified institutional sources and recently updated for 2025. It's designed as a strategic complement to the exclusive funds database that I have, and you might have seen this on previous videos. This resource provides unparalleled access to decision makers across the global investment landscape. It has never been released publicly before, making it a real one-of-a-kind institutional intelligence asset, and you're going to see this spreadsheet coming up just in a bit. So the key database components includes 28,400 firms, 106,800 key contacts, 68,000 key emails for those targets, and key description of firms, websites, company emails, and more. So why is this database unique? Well, it's an unmatched global capital access. It's direct access to verified institutional investors across North America, Europe, the Middle East, Asia Pacific. Now, this database unites family offices, private equity firms, sovereign wealth funds, and institutional investors, providing one of the most comprehensive global investor intelligence resources available. To be really clear, you cannot scrape the internet for this type of database. This is institutional grade investor intelligence and features firm background, assets under management, sector focus, investment strategy, fund activity, and verified contact details, proprietary research-based insights not found in public databases or online directories. Now, not every field is 100% filled out. So one thing you have to keep in mind, and you're going to see this in the spreadsheet, that this type of database, and every database is a work in progress, but it has a fairly large amount of information for those people that need to use it as a resource to source capital. So it's really built for professional fundraisers and advisors. It's designed for serious capital raisers seeking efficiency and precision, identify aligned investors worldwide, reduce months of research, and connect directly with active allocators across private equity, real estate, venture capital, infrastructure, and more. So what type of investors are in the database? Well, it includes, number one, institutional capital and sovereign entities. It includes sovereign wealth funds, public and private pension funds, endowments, foundations managing multi-billion-dollar portfolios. These rare allocators pursue long-term risk-adjusted returns across real assets, private equity, and infrastructure aligned with diversification and wealth preservation mandates. Number two, private equity, fund managers, and real asset investors. So it comprises PE firms, fund-to-fund managers, asset managers, and real estate or infrastructure investors deploying proprietary and client capital. Now, they seek scalable platforms, co-investments, and yield-focused assets across energy, transition, technology, manufacturing, and real estate. And number three, family offices, wealth platforms, and professional advisors. So that includes single and multi-family offices, wealth managers, corporate investors, and advisory firms. Representing rare relationship-driven capital, they pursue direct private deals and strategic partnerships with advisors facilitating introductions, diligence, and execution. So you can see this is really a bundle of a massive amount of key institutional investors all on one spreadsheet. Now, what type of assets should you present to institutional investors? Well, institutional grade real estate and tangible assets is a really good start. Those could be anywhere from $5 to $100 million. Core and income producing real estate, hospitality, logistics, residential, and mixed use, offering stable cash flow, long leases, and durable value. Investors prioritize yield, visibility, downside protection, and inflation hedged performance. One of the good things about this database is it does identify a large amount of real estate preference, as the fund database does as well. If you've seen the database on that, these are really strong on real estate. Now, second, private equity and expansion stage investments. Think between $3 and $50 million. Scalable, capital efficient businesses with clear growth plans, proven leadership, and defined exits, and a strong focus on technology, energy transmission, healthcare and advanced manufacturing with measurable growth and governance strength. And thirdly, infrastructure, energy, and strategic investments. That's from $10 to $200 million. In fact, I'm using this database specifically for a capital raise that I'm working on that's $50 million. So these are yield-driven and impact-aligned opportunities in infrastructure, renewables, digital assets, and natural resources. Institutional investors seeking real economy platforms, could be hydrogen storage, mobility, and connectivity with sustainable, predictable returns. So you can see that as whatever you are looking for, if you're in that $3 million to $200 million range, there's a really good chance that you're going to find a significant amount of contacts in this database to approach. Now, keeping that in mind, what type of key senior contacts are in this database? One, this is senior investment leadership. So you're going to access partners, principals, managing directors across investment, co-investment, and portfolio management teams, decision makers responsible for capital deployment, fund selection, and direct deal evaluation. So again, these are really the top tier of the professionals. Two, you're going to see investor relations and strategy executives. So that includes heads of investor relations, ESG directors, and strategy partners, managing LP engagement, responsible investing mandates, and portfolio construction. So this is vital for fund placement and institutional partnerships. And lastly, you're going to be able to access finance, legal, and governance professionals. That features CFOs, legal counsels, board members, overseeing compliance, valuations, and governance, ensuring every outreach connects with verified, accountable decision makers across global institutional capital. Now, the good news is, number one, the senior investment leadership is really the core of the database, and most of the firms are going to have multiple contacts. So the odds are that every single one of these companies, investor firms, is going to have somebody that you're going to be able to directly reach out to that has a key player in the deploying of capital for their firm. So let's take a look at the database. Firstly, a key database disclosure. I like to include this on all my videos when it comes to these type of databases. My extensive database library provides hundreds of thousands of global contacts, typically including profiles, emails, and websites, though not all details are complete. It's been primarily compiled and updated from 2021 to 2025, with most of the updates in between 2024 and this year. Now, this corporate resource may include contacts whose roles have since changed. No database is perfect. You always have to be working on it, but it's designed as an excellent starting point for outreach. It's best leveraged and continually refined by organizations with dedicated data teams. This database comprises a blend of individuals and companies, each with distinct investment criteria and operating conditions, so there's no guarantee your approach will be favorably received. Note, this database is available to corporate or institutional grade groups only, no personal sales. Okay, now we're at the most important part, the Excel spreadsheet. So you're going to see two sheets here. One is the investment firms, and then the second one is the contacts. So you can see I'm starting at the bottom here to show you that there's about 28,700 firms, and we go right back up to the top. So you're going to see their firm name, you're going to see the background, so you're going to get information about them, which is going to help you do some of your filtering. You've got the fund account, firm type, whether it's asset manager, sovereign wealth fund, could be wealth manager, could be investment bank, private equity firm. All the segments are in there, and you've seen on the other part of the video most of the key categories. Because this is a global list, you're going to get city and country, you're going to get assets under management for a lot of them, the address, of course. Now, the right hand side also is going to include a fair bit more information. You're going to get their website, you're going to get their company email, telephone number, secondary locations if they have them, and some more information on some of the items in which they specialize in. Although the database is not 100%, again, you will have to do a bit of work on it from time to time. It does have a fair bit of information in respect to real estate and private equity allocations, preferences. This is the perfect database if you were looking in those categories. But for the most part, you are going to see that sector information covered over on the left-hand side. So again, that's the first sheet. And if we go to the contacts page, okay, now we're over on the contact page, and I'm just going to go through this. So you've got the investor, the firm type, and the slides in the previous part of the video I'll highlight all the categories, so I'm not going to go through them all again. You've got their name, you've got their role, so they could be on the investment team, they could be on finance, board of directors. Job title, again, these are all senior positions. You also have their asset class that they specialize in. For example, it could be private equity, it could be private debt, it could be natural resources, it could be real estate, it could be venture capital. You have their email and their telephone number, and of course city and state, country. So here you've got 108,000 contacts and around 68,000 emails. Scroll down to the bottom. So again, that's a very complex database. Now, what happens if you don't have email? It's really simple. If you were to take their name, punch it into LinkedIn, you're going to get about 98% hit for sure on their contacts, because again, it's an institutional database. I've already done that with many of them, and I'm at around 98%. So again, if you don't have their email, you are going to be able to use LinkedIn as your next source. Now the good news is there's multiple categories for multiple contacts for many of the firms, so the odds are you're going to find somebody that you can at least reach out to that first time via email. So that covers the institutional grade database, which is really going to help you if you're raising capital in 2025 and beyond. Are you looking for global funds and contacts? I mentioned it earlier that the database we're talking about in this video complements the fund database, so I'm just going to touch on that at the end of this video here. My verified database includes 24,000 global funds from 2022 to 2025, so it's perfect timing for deployment, all the way up to probably 2028, 2029, and it has 400,000 fundraising executives with 277,000 emails. Coverage across all regions, asset classes, and strategies. It's the most complete global capital access tool available. For more information, contact DubaiInvestorsList.com. That's DubaiInvestorsList.com. Please like, share, and subscribe.